We will discuss medical mycology. Medical mycology. We will discuss medical mycology in different sections. In the first section or first lecture, we will discuss the introduction of medical mycology. We will also classify different fungi, and in the second section we will discuss different diseases caused by different fungi, and the diseases that is caused by fungi is known as mycosis. So we will discuss superficial mycosis, then we will discuss subcutaneous mycosis, and then last but not the least we will discuss systemic mycosis in detail. So friends, we will discuss the general aspect and the classification of fungus in one lecture. That means we will cover these topics in today's lecture, and in the upcoming lecture we will discuss the diseases or infections caused by fungi, and we will discuss superficial mycosis, subcutaneous mycosis and systemic mycosis in different lecture. So let's start with the general introduction of medical mycology. So the first question arises here: what is mycology? Mycology is nothing but what? It is the study of fungi. And we all know that all fungi are eukaryotes. So the term that is mycology is derived from the word that is mycos. And what does it mean? Mycos means mushroom. So mushroom is a fungi, and from the mushroom the word mycos is derived, and the study of fungi is known as mycology, right? So what are the habitat where we can find the fungus or fungi? The habitats are mainly water, soil and decaying organic debris. So we can find the fungi in water, soil and decaying organic debris. And all the fungi are obligate or facultative aerobes. What does it mean? Obligate means some fungi can only live in the presence of oxygen, that is known as obligate aerobes, and if oxygen is not present it can also live without the presence of oxygen. That's why it is known as facultative aerobes, right? In obligate, oxygen is required. In facultative, the presence of oxygen may be there and may not be there. That's not issue, right? And the next we will talk about the cell wall of different fungi. The cell wall is made up of chitin, mannan and other polysaccharides. And the last one is, we'll talk about the cytoplasmic membrane. Cytoplasmic membrane. Cytoplasmic membrane of fungi contains sterol. We can talk many more things in the general aspect, but we are not going in detail because we will have to cover mainly the disease part from where the questions are asked. That means the superficial, subcutaneous and systemic mycosis. We will discuss all that in detail. So in the general aspect, we have discussed only 7 points here. That is, the study of fungi is known as mycology. All fungi are eukaryotes, and the word mycology is derived from the word mycos, which means mushroom, and the habitat is soil, decaying organic debris and water. And all the fungi are obligate or facultative aerobes, and cell wall is made up of chitin, menin and other polysaccharides, and the cytoplasmic membrane contains sterol. So now let's talk about the classification of fungi. Classification of different fungi. We have basically two types of classification. The first one is taxonomical classification. And the second one, we have morphological classification. In the morphological classification, we have classified different fungi in different groups on the basis of its morphology or appearance or structure. In the taxonomical classification, all fungi belongs to a group or comes under group, that is Thallophyta. What are Thallophyta? Thallophytes have irregular plant masses that lacks definitive root, stem and leaf structure. So thallophytes lack definitive root, stem and leaf structure. All that plant masses comes under the group Thallophyta. And in Thallophyta we have two groups. The first one is fungi. Of course, these do not have definitive root, stem and leaf structure. And the second one is algae. It also doesn't have definitive root, stem and leaf structure. Then why it has been classified into two parts? It should have only one group, that is fungi, but this is divided on the basis of presence of chlorophyll. Fungi doesn't have chlorophyll, and algae have chlorophyll. So on the basis of presence of chlorophyll, it is divided into fungi and algae. And in fungi, we have four classes. The first class is Zygomycetes. The second class is Ascomycetes. Third one is Basidomycetes. And the fourth one is Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes is also known as fungi imperfecti. Why it is called fungi imperfecti? Why it is known as fungi imperfecti? It's because Deuteromycetes lack the sexual state. And in Zygomycetes, it have both asexual and sexual. Asexual spores are known as sporangiospore. Sporangiospores. And sexual spores are known as zygospore and oospore. So it has both asexual spore and sexual spore, whereas in Deuteromycetes the sexual spores are, or the sexual state is absent. That's why it is known as fungi imperfecti, right? And in Ascomycetes, sexual spores, that is asco means ascospores are present. Ascospores are present. Basidomycetes, it also have the sexual spores, that is basidospores. What it is? Basidospores. From the name only, the sexual spores can be remembered easily, that in the Zygomycetes the sexual spore is zygospore, in Ascomycetes it is ascospore, and Basidomycetes it is basidospore. And some more difference are there in Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, and Basidomycetes and Deuteromycetes, right? What are the differences? That the Zygomycetes belong to lower fungi, and these have non-septate hyphae. Non-septate hyphae. What is hyphae? Hyphae is the filamentous structure. Suppose this is the fungi and this is the filamentous structure in the fungi. So it helps in the growth of fungi by the process known as budding. So this filament may be septate and aseptate. If the septa is present, this is known as septate hyphae, and if these septa are absent, this is known as aseptate or non-septate hyphae. So in Zygomycetes, the septate is, the filament is non-septate, that means this is not present, that means this is not divided into different compartment, right? Whereas in Ascomycetes we have septate hyphae, and in Basidomycetes also we have septate hyphae, and in Deuteromycetes also it is septate. So the Zygomycetes is known as lower fungi, as because it doesn't have the septate hyphae, right? Now let's talk about the examples that comes under the different groups of Zygomycetes. So in Zygomycetes we have Mucor and Rhizopus. And in Ascomycetes we have Aspergillus, Penicillium, and Neurospora. And in Basidomycetes we have Puccinia, Stiligo, and Agricus. And in Deuteromycetes we have all the fungi that are of medical use mainly, like we have Alternaria, and we have Microsporum, and we have Trichophyton. So we have discussed the taxonomical classification here, that it belongs to the group Thellophyta, and Thellophyta is divided into two parts, that is fungi and algae, on the basis of chlorophyll. And fungi have 4 classes, that is Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes, and we have discussed all that in detail here. Now let's talk about the morphological classification. Morphological classification. Morphological classification. In morphological classification, we have 4 groups. The first one is yeast. The second one we have yeast-like fungus, yeast-like fungi, and the third one we have molds, and the last that we have dimorphic fungi. Dimorphic fungi is important here because the questions might be asked from dimorphic fungi also, so we will discuss about that also. So let's talk about yeast and yeast-like fungi. So the important pathogenic yeast-like fungi that is Candida albicans. Candida albicans. Candida albicans causes the infection that is known as candidiasis. Candidiasis. So we will discuss candidiasis in detail in the upcoming lectures, and dimorphic fungi we will discuss here. So let's talk about yeast and mold. Yeast and molds. Yeast are these are actually round to oval and unicellular fungi, right? And molds are multicellular and filamentous fungi, right? We'll take some example also. Yeast, these reproduce by budding. And molds, these reproduce by asexual and sexual spores. So molds reproduce by asexual and sexual spores, right? And let's take some example that the important pathogenic is that we have here is Cryptococcus neoformans. For your information, I would like to tell you that Cryptococcus neoformans cause infection that is related to systemic mycosis. So we will discuss systemic mycosis in detail also. And in molds we have the example that is that reproduce by asexual and sexual spores. So we have the example here, Mucor rhizopus, and we have the example Aspergillus, Penicillium, right? These all will come under molds. So we have Mucor rhizopus, Penicillium and Aspergillus, right? Mainly yeast are used in the used in the baking industry. And in the production of ethanol. For the production of ethanol and in baking industry also, ब्रेड्स वगैरह बनाने के लिए यूज़ करते हैं इसको. एंड मोल्ड्स को हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं मेनली चीज़ प्रोडक्शन के लिए. इसके लिए चीज़ प्रोडक्शन के लिए. So right, we have talked about yeast. We have talked about we will talk about candidiasis in detail in the next upcoming lectures. So we have also discussed about molds. Now let's talk about the dimorphic fungi. Dimorphic fungi. Dimorphic fungi. What are dimorphic fungi? Dimorphic means di means two, morph means morphology, that means the forms. Dimorphic fungi are the fungi that exist in two forms. Exist in two forms. What are the two forms? The first form would be yeast form, and the second form would be mold form. That's why it is known as dimorphic, because it exists in two forms. And in the morphological classification we have only four forms. So dimorphic fungi will include in the yeast and mold forms. So it exists in two forms. The first is in yeast. The first form is yeast. Where does dimorphic fungi exist as yeast? It exists as yeast in the host tissue and in the cultures. When we culture at 37 degrees Celsius. So where the temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, that means in the host tissue and in the culture, that it exists in the form of yeast, right? And the second form is mold form. Molds, that it exists as hyphal. Hyphae would be present, hyphal or mycelium, the mycelial forms. Where does it exist in the molds or hyphal form? That in the natural habitat like soil, and also in culture sometimes, but the temperature is different here, that is at 22 to 25 degrees Celsius, right? So friends, dimorphic fungi exist in two forms, that is in the form of yeast that exists in the host tissue and in the culture at 37 degrees Celsius, and it also exists as the as mold form or the mycelial or hyphal form, that is in the natural habitat like in the soil and in culture at 22 to 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस. 22 से 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस में ये मोल्ड्स फॉर्म में एग्जिस्ट करेगा एंड 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस में ये किस ईस्ट फॉर्म में एग्जिस्ट करेगा. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नोन एज डाइमॉर्फिक फंगी. नाउ लेट्स टेक सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ डाइमॉर्फिक फंगी. So the examples that we have is Blastomyces dermatitidis. So the infection would be related to the skin, and we have Coccidioides immitis. And the third one we have is Histoplasma capsulatum. And one more that we have is Sporothrix. Right? So the examples we have Blastomyces dermatitidis, Coccidioides immitis, Histoplasma capsulatum, and Sporothrix. So for your information, I would like to add one more thing here, that the dimorphic fungi like these causes systemic mycosis. Systemic mycosis. One more thing I had already discussed here, that is about Cryptococcus neoformans, that also causes systemic mycosis, and it is the yeast form, right? But in the dimorphic fungi, most of the fungi also causes systemic mycosis. So these things should be remembered, and in this section we have discussed about the medical mycology. We have discussed the general aspect. We have classified different fungi in different groups on the basis of taxonomical classification and on the basis of morphological classifications, right? And we have also talked about dimorphic fungi in this section. So, and now in the upcoming section we will be discussing about the different diseases in detail. So stay connected for the upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching.